All right, welcome. This is the MIDI and Music Education, and we're going to be talking about our relationship with SAE Mexico.
Mexico, SAE Mexico en la casa. Hello, everyone.
Welcome. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to ask everybody to introduce themselves. So we'll start with you, Bob.
Hello, my name's Roberto de la Peña, but everyone calls me Bob. Audio engineer for 15 years. Got into education around 10 years ago. I've been on top of the stage, before the stage, after the stage, under the stage, at the side of the stage, in the office of the stage. So nowadays I do front of house as freelance. And well, I've been the head of audio at SAE for 2.5 something years. So that's me, and I love music in every shape or form.
Great.
Thank you.
Keith, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Keith Mason with Belmont University. I've been the coordinator of music technology in their program for the last 27 years. Prior to that, I had about 15 years in the Nashville music business, where I built my entire career off of MIDI.
Awesome. Steve?
Hi, my name is Steve Horowitz. I'm the Executive Director for the Technology and Applied Composition Program at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. I'm also a composer and audio director with Nickelodeon Digital, which is now Paramount Games. Great to meet everybody. If you want more information about the conservatory or what we're doing there with our technology programs, just come on up and see me.
Okay, so we're going to start off our presentation here. So this is the goal of the MIDI and Music Education Working Group. It was written by the working group itself. We have, and you'll see who the people are in that. It's to raise awareness about MIDI in educational schools. In particular, we're actually focusing on the university level, but the way the curriculum is written, you can modify it and modify it so that it's useful for high schools and junior high schools and all of those other things. But the other thing besides schools is, and this is very important, is we're also focusing on the manufacturers and the resellers. So we need to educate not just the future, which is the future is our students, but we also need to educate the present, which are the people who are selling MIDI products today, because quite frankly, they know a lot about MIDI, but they don't know so much about MIDI 2.0, and that's why this curriculum is very important. And so here are some of the initiative members. We have members from Belmont University, from San Francisco Conservatory, Tufts University. Actually, Paul Lehrman, who wrote several books on MIDI, was one of the people who actually put the initial design of the curriculum together. We also have Full Sail University, which is a professional institution, Berklee College of Music. Columbia, and Columbia is an amazing school where they have one of the first amazing synthesizers that exist. So if you look at the stories that we have on MIDI.org, you'll find the synthesizer that was done by Bell Labs that is still at Columbia University, and Arizona State, Florida State University. So we have a lot of people who are contributing to this, and the educators keep us honest.
Athan, we want our logo up there.
Well, you actually joined just recently, so I have to update the PowerPoint, which I will definitely do. So this is a little weird for me because Jenny Amaya, who is, by the way, who here will applaud for Jenny Amaya? Okay, so all of our students are students of Professor Amaya. She teaches at Riverside City College. We have 60 amazing students. The person who is working the board is from Riverside City College. All of the students in the back are from Riverside City College. And Lee Whitmore was supposed to be here, and he was supposed to moderate the panel, but unfortunately something came up, and so you're stuck with me, so I feel bad for you. And then you met the other panelists here, so I'm just explaining why, Lee and Jenny are not here. And we'll go to the next slide here. So I'm going to let you talk about SAE because this slide is just a picture explaining SAE, but you could do it better than I can, so go ahead.
Yeah, so it's a slide with a couple of handsome guys in there, but yeah. So SAE Mexico, it's one of the largest SAEs. We have around 1,000 students on all programs, and just the audio program is 350 students, which, am I being too loud? I sometimes clip the, yeah, it's happened before. So it's a huge SAE. It's the only SAE in all of Latin America. And I think it's only second to the Australia campus. So there's that. Our 14th birthday is this February. So we're not that old, but we're not that young either. We're also, check out our anniversary. We're gonna have some talks about AI and, well, the state of things around machine learning and stuff. And, well, one of the things I've learned at SAE Mexico, it's been painful, but it's been great. It's about learning platforms and creating a great curriculum and overall how to teach stuff, right? So once you know a subject like it's easy for you to say that it's easy to teach, but it's really not, right? Like we've been in touch with pedagogy experts. We grew our own department of pedagogy. I hope I'm saying that right. A lot, because one of the challenges I found as a head of audio, it's that you cannot get someone, you cannot get find a good teacher that's a good teacher overall and teach her about audio, right? That doesn't work like that. You have to get a great audio engineer and turn him or her into a great teacher. And that's easier said than done, because nowadays, education nowadays really needs a lot of, you need a platform, right? You need the resources, you need the bibliography, you need to, a class structure, right? The narrative. You need, for it to be practical, you need for students to teach the class instead of you talking around a slide full of text, right? And that's how we all learned back in the day, but nowadays it's not the way to do it. And it's great. So I've learned a lot of that. As I told you, it's been painfully great, so to speak. And that's why we want to do this, right? We have this deal with Coursera to develop a lot of courses, not just in audio, but all of the other programs we have, animation, film, and stuff. So we have that experience. We recently had an increase in the media creation department, I guess, the production company, the inside production company. They're great. You're going to see one of the videos that this new team has just created. I think it has great production values. And, well, that's the SAE at the current state.
Yeah, so one of the interesting things from the MIDI Association point of view is when we were looking, we wanted to have a platform that was, you could access on the internet. We wanted it to be free, and we wanted everybody all over the world to be able to access it. And what we found was it was becoming more and more difficult to find a platform where you could give away stuff for free. There's a couple of reasons. The first reason is that, younger people go to YouTube, and I'm going to just go to YouTube, and I'm going to find something on YouTube, and they're going to get somebody who knows, quite frankly, nothing about audio engineering, and they're going to learn audio engineering from that person. The other thing is that the platforms like Coursera, we looked at Coursera, and when we looked at it, we realized that it was impossible for us to give away stuff for free. SAE Mexico actually has a special contract with Coursera that allows them to give stuff away for free. And so it actually was a perfect fit, which it's interesting that in this day and age when we need more and more learning, we're making it more and more difficult to make learning accessible to the people who need it. So let's there we go. So modular courses, this is a very boring old way of teaching. This is a static slide with some text
Exactly,
on it.
yeah.
And so I don't think we should use this. What I think we should do is we should go to the next slide and we should watch a video. And this is a video from some people from SAE.
Roll video.
You have to hit play.
Welcome to a groundbreaking collaboration where innovation meets education. We are proud to present a joint initiative between SAE Institute Mexico, part of Grupo Educativo Leren, and the MIDI in Music Education Special Interest Group, part of the MIDI Association, aimed at revolutionizing music technology and digital arts education. Our goal is ensuring that every professional or aspiring musician, producer, artist, and manufacturer has free access to our comprehensive suite of educational MIDI content. The MIDI Association is funding the creation of a MIDI curriculum and certification program developed by SAE Institute Mexico, a beacon of innovation and learning. This curriculum, designed to bridge cultures and languages, will be accessible in both English and Spanish. It's tailored not just for an academic audience across secondary schools, colleges, universities, and professional institutes, but also for the dedicated staff of manufacturers and resellers, marking a significant stride towards a global standard in music technology and digital arts education.
Good morning, everyone. We're here today to share something truly exciting. A partnership that's not just about advancing technology, but about shaping the future of music education. Our mission? To seamlessly integrate MIDI technology into educational curriculums worldwide.
MIDI technology has been the backbone of music production for decades. But with MIDI 2.0, we're stepping into a new era of creativity and expression. The time is right to equip the next generation of musicians, producers, and sound engineers with the knowledge and skills they need to thrive in this evolving and competitive landscape.
Our vision is a world where every student of music and digital arts has access to cutting-edge MIDI education, where academic knowledge and industry practices are intertwined. That's why we've joined forces with the MIDI in Music Education Special Interest Group.
SAE Institute Mexico is renowned for its expertise in digital arts and audiovisual production. We're taking advantage of this experience to create a comprehensive suite of educational content focused on MIDI and MIDI 2.0 technologies, designed for a global audience through the Coursera platform.
Our courses will cover everything from the basics of MIDI to advanced applications in music production, live performance, and beyond. With hands-on projects, industry insights, and certification exams, we're setting a new standard for music technology education.
However, this journey is not ours alone. By partnering with the MIDI in Music Education Group, we're tapping into a network of educators, institutions, and industry professionals, all committed to raising awareness and availability of MIDI education.
And here's where you come in. Whether you're an educator, a student, or an industry professional, there's a place for you in this initiative. Join the MIDI in Music Education Group, contribute ideas, or support the NAMM Foundation MIDI Fund.
As we enter a new era of music technology, it's clear that MIDI will be a big part of our educational future. Now, it's up to us as a community to decide how we shape that future. With your help, the partnership between SAE Institute Mexico and the MIDI in Music Education Group is ready to lead the way.
Join us.
Thank you for your time today. If you're as excited about this future as we are, we invite you to join us. Let's make history together.
Let's make history together.
There we go, yeah.
We
So-
tried to time that, sorry.
And
We didn't get it right.
we're drummers, apparently. So before we go to the next video, there is another video, but I want to tell you what this video is about because I think this video is really great. This video is actually, you get to see what they're working on in the Coursera platform. This is the first actual lesson. So just to be super clear, the MIDI Association has funded from the NAMM MIDI Fund. We have funded SAE Mexico. They have already started the work on this curriculum, and they have a team of people, and you will see, this was, about a month ago, maybe? Yeah, about a month ago, they started working on this to get it ready for NAMM, and so now you can play the next video and you'll see the Coursera platform in action.
Welcome to the world of innovation. For decades, MIDI has been at the forefront of music and audio technology, transforming the way we create, perform, and experience sound. Today, I'm thrilled to share an exciting collaboration between the MIDI Association and SAE Institute Mexico. Together, we're embarking on a mission to make MIDI knowledge more accessible than ever before. The courses from this collaboration will be available on Coursera, a world-renowned platform for online training. Through the MOOC, Massive Open Online Course format, we aim to bring MIDI education to anyone with an internet connection.
Has anyone here used Coursera before? Coursera?
We'll begin with a foundational lesson that answers the essential question: what is MIDI? This course is designed to be interactive, intuitive, and engaging, making it easy for learners of all levels to dive into the world of MIDI. When you access the course, you will encounter a user-friendly interface. To enhance your experience, I recommend switching to full screen mode or opening the content in a new tab for better visibility. The first screen provides a quick tutorial to help you navigate the platform.
Well, if anyone's used Coursera before, this is how it looks on the computer, but
from here, you'll reach the main screen,
it's also very friendly on mobile.
Overview of the topic. Side buttons
when I did a Coursera course once, I did it on the bus to do work, to my job.
As you
it's easy to do that. So
one standout feature is the MIDI index stream, where each letter of MIDI leads to a deeper exploration of its meaning. For example, selecting M for music opens a detailed section about MIDI's role in music creation. You'll also find multimedia-rich content, including videos, infographics, activities, and quizzes. These elements make complex concepts more approachable, ensuring an engaging and dynamic learning experience. At SAE, we believe that learning should be both enjoyable and rigorous. While we embrace interactive tools, we also prioritize critical thinking and foundational skills like reading and analysis. Let me show you an example. This video is just one of many learning objects in the course. Together, these resources create a comprehensive environment for understanding MIDI, with a particular emphasis on MIDI 2.0, the next generation of this revolutionary technology. This collaboration aims to democratize MIDI knowledge, empowering creators worldwide to harness its potential. Who knows, the next musical genius could be among us, poised to revolutionize the industry. Let's make history together.
Okay, I think we have a theme here. We're going to make some history, right?
No, yeah, totally. Let's make it together. One funny thing I just have to say is that if it looks like a green screen, it's because it is. but that's an actual console in the school. We just couldn't use the whole time in the studio just to have that console as a backdrop. So keep the secret between us, please. But we do have a duality there.
Yeah, so this next slide just gives you what we have been working on is just the introduction to MIDI, but when Paul Lehrman from Tufts, he put together a curriculum, and basically that curriculum was you would start with your introduction to MIDI, then you would go to advanced MIDI, and then you kind of split out into a little bit more of a focus, like whether your focus is on the stage, whether your focus is on audio production, whether your focus is on film composing. So that's very typical in education to start with a very broad. Keith, maybe you could comment on what the process was in putting together the curriculum and how the MIDI Association, MIDI and Music Association working group worked to craft that curriculum together.
Yeah, with the board members, the active members of the committee that you saw earlier, we all come from different institutions. We all have been teaching MIDI, some of us for more than 25 years. So it was an opportunity for us to sort of share how we've approached it ourselves, and then sort of brought it all together to sort of highlight all the particular aspects of how we use it in our own classrooms. And just like you said, some of us approach it more from a composition aspect or from a production aspect. So we started putting together a bunch of ideas highlighting the different categories of how MIDI is utilized and how we've been teaching it. So that was sort of the catalyst from the beginning that we were able to start working with an outline as we developed the curriculum through SAE.
Yeah, and I think it's important to point out, in the MIDI Association, we have a lot of manufacturers, software companies. We don't teach MIDI, and knowing about MIDI is a different thing than teaching MIDI. And so we had to go and we had to make sure that we did this stuff. So, they are providing us with detailed scripts. I don't think you need to read the details of this. It's the job of the people in the MIDI and Music Education Working Group to go through, make sure those scripts are right. And the other thing that I will say, and it might be even beyond the next slide, is one of the things that we are going to do is we are going to test it at institutions before we give it to the public. So we're going to be testing it, obviously, at SAE Institute. We're going to be testing it at Riverside City College. We're going to test it at Florida State University, at Belmont, of course, at San Francisco. San Francisco Conservatory of Music. And so we have a lot of great institutions and great students, but we need to get that feedback. You can't work in a vacuum, and that's, I think, really important. And so I'm going to turn it over to Steve now to talk for a second. We are very honored to have Steve. I will do a short introduction of who you are.
Sure. Whatever. Yeah.
So Steve has been a part of another special interest group for a very, very long time. Steve is the chair of the Interactive Audio Special Interest Group. And special interest groups in the MIDI Association are the way that we can have people who are non-members interact directly with the organization. And the Interactive Audio Special Interest Group, the IASIG, was the very first special interest group. It is focused on game audio. And I'm going to turn it over to you and talk about the IASIG and also about just how you came to be involved.
Yeah, thank you, Athan. I appreciate that. And I just want to say thanks for inviting me to speak. It's great to see you. We've only met over Zoom. Yeah. And it's great to see you, too. We've been in several meetings together. So I want to just ask a couple of questions real quick because there's some of the students here. How many of you are using Pro Tools as your main DAW? How many are using Logic?
Boo.
Whoa. How many are using Reaper? Right? No? Oh, okay. You guys know about Reaper?
Yeah, they're all from one school, though.
That's okay.
That's why it's very consistent.
Yeah.
Well, many guys in SAE use Reaper,
So like Athan was saying, I'm the executive director of the Technology and Applied Composition program at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music now. And our program is really geared towards applied composition. And what we mean by that is creativity first and then applied in terms of different technologies. So to speak specifically about MIDI and the things that we're doing, we have lots of computer labs, lots of classes in film scoring, game scoring, a very large game scoring track. We also teach emerging media, AR, VR. We work with companies like Dolby who come in and work with our students. The producers from Dolby come in to mix in Atmos with us. Our composers and students get to work with Sony PlayStation, so the producers from Sony come up and work with us as well. We work with the San Francisco Film Institute, which runs the San Francisco International Film Festival. So we try and give our students as much practical applications on the technology as possible. And the MIDI Association and the Interactive Audio Special Interest Group are vital parts of that in terms of putting that together. One of the things, especially since I'm talking kind of specifically to the students now, 2 years at a city college or community college, you get transfer credits that come in. So I have some information up here if you're interested about the conservatory. I can give you a lot more information about the TAC program because you're the perfect students. You're using the equipment, you're using the technology, and now if you want to take it further and get out in the industry and also get a chance to write for chamber ensembles, write for string quartets, it's wonderful to have a school full of instrumentalists, right, of all kinds, jazz, classical, hip-hop, EDM. We do not silo any of our music styles, so it's all together, and our students get a chance to really just experiment and to try and work with a really wonderful faculty. The IASIG started many, many years ago and has been a long-serving interest group. The IASIG developed the original 3D standards. That was one of the big wins for the Interactive Audio Special Interest Group, was the 3D standards that were created and implemented back in the mid to late 90s. And now the IASIG is a group that you could join. Just go, we are actually sit under the auspices of the MIDI Association and also the International Game Developers Association. So if you know the IGDA, you can just type in IASIG IGDA and you can find out all about the SIG. How many of you plan to go to Game Developers Conference or GDC at all? You should think about it. It's a really wonderful conference in San Francisco, and lots of great stuff happens there. I think, that kind of explains what we do at the conservatory. I love that you gave some statistics, so I'd like to give a few. I see the 5-minute warnings going up or whatever.
Right.
But one of the things for us is the conservatory is a small school, so we have a total student body of about 450 students. And out of that, we have right now 60 students in my program, which is the Technology and Applied Composition program. We interface with every single aspect of the school. So whether it's the chamber music department, the vocal department, the orchestra and large ensembles, the jazz program, roots jazz and American music. So we get to interface with all of those programs, and we're growing. So we expect to be up probably close to 100 students over the next 2 to 3 years. And we've been getting wonderful applications. So that's a little bit. Did I cover the SIG enough?
I thought it was great, and
Yeah,
I love the fact that you didn't miss an opportunity to try to get some students to never.
That's
miss
why
a
I'm
chance to
here.
pitch,
That's
right?
why I'm here.
That was great.
Get the information. Absolutely, especially community college and city college students. You guys are getting a wonderful education already, I know, at Riverside, and it's a great transfer to a 4-year school.
Yeah, can you go back? Yeah, I think it would be good. The IASIG, you should, anybody who's interested in joining the IASIG, you should take a look at that.
Absolutely.
There's some details on your roadmap, but I'm not sure.
I basically talked it through anyway.
Yeah.
Those are the things that we cover: music for games, music for film, music for emerging media. Yeah.
And I think that pretty much wraps it up for us. Keith, I want to ask Keith if he's got any last words on your participation in the MIDI and Music Education Working Group. Did you have a good time?
Oh, yeah, this group has been amazing. I guess we've been working together for a couple of years now.
Yeah, 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, during the whole process, it was one of those situations where, wow, I wish that it existed 25 years ago when I was having to stay up at night building curriculum, knowing that we're getting ready to develop curriculum, not only for students, but this curriculum is actually also meant for other educators. So we can really, really educate people what it means to understand and utilize MIDI.
So we have been working in the MIDI and Music Education Working Group for 2 years. Brian Lancer, who's in the audience, and Dennis Lebrecht have been working on it for, about 10 years, because I could go back to a meeting that we did at Analog Devices back in 2014, I think it was, where they were talking about how we needed a curriculum in MIDI education. So thanks to the founders of the idea, who are both sitting in the audience, which is very cool. Brian Lancer is the head of audio at Apple. Is that no? He's at Apple and does all sorts of stuff. And Dennis is at that corporation and they're both former executive board members of the MIDI Association.
One thing I did want to say, just in terms of relationship of what we're doing, we do have large synth labs, and all of those synth labs are fully wired up, and we talk about MIDI. We have classes in digital audio fundamentals, which cover MIDI. So very excited to see the 2.0 curriculum that's there so that we can incorporate it right away.
I'm going to give you the last word because you actually have to do all of the work, and just probably say that. And
well, it's just to say that it's a pleasure to be working with you guys. It's a pleasure to be in such important part of musical history. I mean, this is for the ages, right? Let's take a moment to remember that MIDI 1.0 has been in that version for what? 40 years or something, right? So MIDI 2.0 should be 160 years, I guess. When it's finally settled, when it's ubiquitous, right? To just say it's MIDI 2.0. Remember MIDI 1.0 now? So being at that part of history and maybe have our beautiful faces in these materials for the rest of time, I don't know, it's a big responsibility. It's a great opportunity. We feel lucky to be part of that. We also enjoy that we can take this into Espanol, right? So we can cover also, I think I speak more Spanish here in California than I do in Condesa, where SAE is. That's actually a fact. But so yeah, it's great to be part of also these two languages, right?
Yeah,
so thank you guys very much for letting us be part of this.
And thanks to the panel. Thank you guys.
And thank you guys.
Great, thanks.